Can you have an everyday usable car which will also offer heartbeat racing performance? For more than 40 years, Volkswagen proves that yes, it is possible. This is the facelifted 7th generation Golf GTI Performance. As part of the facelift, all Golfs received slightly remodeled fascia. All cars now get LED day running lights, and some models can have full LED headlamps, like this one here, which also get dynamic and static cornering lights. Radar, used for active cruise control, is now hidden under the VW badge. In the back, all models get LED tail lamps, but on higher trim levels, indicator lights are animated, just like on Audis. But this is no ordinary Golf, it's a GTI, the legendary hot hatch. You can help your mate move in the morning and enjoy driving up and down twisty mountain roads in the afternoon, which is much easier done when your mate is moving somewhere in the Alps rather than when I'm filming on the great European plain. Facelifted Golf GTI has 230 and GTI Performance 245 horsepower. Torque is up from 350 to 370 Nm. GTI Performance also gets bigger brakes and an electronic diff in the front which sends power to the outside wheel during fast cornering. Does it work? The week I spent with Golf GTI, the weather was beautiful and sunny, so I can't tell you how much better it is than the standard GTI in the wet. When accelerating out of the corners, I feel something is happening with the front wheels, so I suppose when the road gets a bit greasy, it's better to have the electronic diff than not. Golf GTI Performance accelerates from 0 to 100 km/h in 6.2 seconds, a fraction of a second slower than BMW 125i, and 0.3 of a second faster than Mercedes-Benz A250 or Ford Focus ST. Peugeot 308 GTI is 0.2 of a second faster, but 0.2 is time you can gain or lose shifting gears. Meanwhile, the French hot hatch feels more aggressive, more hardcore. Is that a good thing? Well, we come back to the opening question about everyday practicality and driving thrills. Peugeot 308 GTI will definitely get your pulse up, but in everyday life, it's mediocre. It's just too harsh, the ride's too harsh. Golf GTI, on the other hand, feels pretty ordinary, if not for the louder exhaust. That is, until you give it the beans. Even in eco mode, the car goes like stink, and all this maintaining comfort like no other rival. And the manual gearbox. I often say sports cars should be driven with manual shifters. However, I understand people who spend a couple of hours a day in traffic and they may want an automatic. On the other hand, I feel the involvement you get when driving a sporty car with a manual just compensates for some of the inconvenience. And this is a good manual too. Perhaps not as pleasantly mechanical as in the Civic Type R, but it's got a short throw, it's precise. Give me this car on a good road, and I can drive forever. But that does not mean Golf GTI Performance doesn't have any downsides. First of all, I think the performance model doesn't feel that much more special over the ordinary GTI that I would be willing to pay a couple of grand extra for it. Standard GTI, which I remember from the launch event, was good enough. Besides adding an extra pair of doors and keyless ignition, I'd probably get rid of some of the things this car has, like panoramic roof or active info display, which by the way is standard on the performance model. Second thing is the exhaust sound. I don't need to wake up the whole suburb, but once I get out on an open road, I would like to hear something more than this generic hum. Thirdly, and this goes for all the Golfs. Discover Pro Sat-Nav is a step too far. For years I praised Volkswagen's Infotainment Systems, which had the perfect blend of physical buttons and touchscreens. However, I find the new system with the 9.2-inch screen confusing. And getting rid of physical volume control is like losing earphone jacks in new smartphones. It's inevitable, but wrong. Volkswagen claims Golf GTI should use about 6.6 liters per 100 kilometers combined. Realistically, I'd be looking at more like 8 or 9 if you take it easy, but that's still not bad for a 245 horsepower 2-liter engine. Prices of the Golf GTI Performance start at €32,500. This test car with options costs about 40 grand. Otherwise, Golf GTI's interior is close to the regular car. It's practical, it's well thought out, there are cup holders, cubbies, storage, and door bins are lined with soft material so things don't rattle inside. What differentiates Golf GTI from regular Golfs are things like the golf ball-like gear knob, red stitching on the steering wheel, and tartan upholstery. You can order microfiber or leather upholstery as well. Space in the back is good for 2, the third passenger will have to deal with a large tunnel. The middle seat is better for an armrest or to carry longer items as there is a hatch for them. And getting in and out through the front doors is not the most comfortable. An extra pair of doors costs just €900, it's worth it. Boot space is 380 liters. There are 4 hooks for your shopping, double floor, a 12-volt socket. Backrests fold flat. What more could you want? I realize there are more exciting cars in this segment, but as far as the perfect blend of usability and emotions is concerned, for me it's either the Golf GTI or nothing. And what's your favorite hot hatch? Let me know in the comment section below. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.